What is happening, people? It is Brian, also NEVERsate.com, and I know that I promised you guys a video about lunges. However, I got an update on the pelvis breaking injury guy. Now, if you have absolutely no idea what that last statement meant, if you go back and watch my last video about the worst injury that I've ever seen in a competition, there was a gentleman named Tyler Costner. That is his full name, guys. He actually was pulling on a 545-pound axle deadlift when his pelvis decided to give out. Now, at the time, it was extremely traumatic. I told the story. It was incredibly gross. Now, this did happen 6 years ago, but because of some awesome viewers here, you guys put me in touch with Tyler, and we just got off the phone for about an hour where we just kind of got caught up on everything that went on. Now, as I'm sure a lot of you are happy to hear, Tyler has made an absolute full recovery. Now, Tyler is a physical therapist with a plate and 4 screws holding his pelvis together, but he did return back to competitive strongman. He does compete regularly still, and he actually has not missed a podium since that time, since that injury. And that is awesome. However, I still have questions. So he and I went directly back to the time when it actually happened. I asked him when it actually broke, was it painful? And he said for about 10 seconds, it was just about the worst pain of his life. And then he remembers being on the ground and someone pulled out his mouthpiece, which I vaguely remember. And then he says he specifically remembers me rubbing his belly, telling him it's gonna be okay, and asking about his hamstrings, which is what I told you guys in the last video. So I asked, we got into the conversation about was he feeling anything prior to this? And he said he was having some hip pain, he was having a little bit of groin pain, and some pain in his SI joint, but it wasn't anything really terrible. Now, he was going to PT school as well as working a job that had some pretty bad hours, so he wasn't able to recover very well. So he just kept running himself down. And his plan was actually, he was gonna pull out the competition because he said his body felt too beat up. However, he said that he would push through, he'd do the competition Saturday, he would rest Sunday, and he'd go see his orthopedic on Monday and just get him to get an opinion on what was going on with his whole kind of hip area. But Saturday is when that pelvis snapped in half. He did have to go Monday to his ortho, but it was for a surgery where that plate and those screws got put in. And now the interesting stuff. So the first 6 weeks post-surgery, he said he couldn't really bear weight. He wasn't able to walk on his leg because he couldn't, it's bad news. That breaking your pelvis does not sound good no matter where you live. But he did say that at 6 months, he was able to return back to resistance training and strength training. And within a year, almost a year to the date of the actual injury, he competed again and did very well. And then, like I said, he's been competing since in strongman competitions and has not missed a podium since that time. And that is in a 265-pound weight class, which is a pretty legit weight class. So he's a tough dude. Anyway, I am gonna plan a trip to West Virginia, not only to visit him, but visit Dan that I mentioned in the last one. I have a lot of friends in the strongman community from West Virginia that I honestly don't get to go see because I never really drive out that direction that far. So I am gonna set that up, so hopefully some point in time in the future, you guys are gonna get to meet not only Tyler, but also some other guys from West Virginia, but maybe he'll be able to tell you a little bit of the story from his perspective, because man, it doesn't get much worse than that. Now, for all of you who instantly freaked out and said that you'd never deadlift again because of that story, what do you think we do, man? We're not like training kittens. Injuries happen, but like I said before, this is a game of tears, right? You tear a little bit, it heals over, you make progress, you get bigger, you get stronger, you get faster. You tear a couple more millimeters and you go to the hospital. It's just how the game is played. And anytime that you're talking about moving serious weights, there's always big consequences if things go wrong. So for Tyler, unfortunately, there was no real reason why it actually happened. They still don't know. The biggest thing they come up with was a vitamin D deficiency, which virtually every single person in the world has. So yeah, I don't know. However, there are a lot of studies showing that if you have a vowel in your last name, then you're very, very likely for this to happen to you. Anyway, today is also going to be a training video where I work up for a heavy triple on the bench press just to see where I'm at. Hopefully it goes really, really well. I will be showing you guys a little bit of teaching and techniques and giving you some tips throughout the video here. And then, of course, during the commentary, I will be critiquing my sets and things like that. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you stay with me. But if you are going to bail, then please remember Tyler's story and just the fact that you are a lot tougher than you think you are. And no matter how bad that injury seems, you can always come back from it, all right? His seemed like it was gonna be career ending. It seemed like it was going to be walking ending, to be honest with you. However, 6 months later, he's lifting. A year later, he's competing and doing well. You do not know what the human body is capable of, especially if you have a hard mind. You get trained that every single day, which is what I'm about to do. Let's go. What is happening, people? And welcome to the commentary as well as the giant set for the day, which consisted of 3 barbell rows to 3 of those Swiss bar bench presses, to 10 of these Bandy Twisty things each side, to a little bit of a medley here, just a real fast thing where I'm doing 4 sprawls on top of the sandbag, and then I'm scooping it up. It is 200 pounds, and then I carry it 50 feet and drop it. Then I rest about 90 seconds, and then I'm getting right back into my giant set. So what you guys are seeing here are just my warm-up sets, which, again, as normal, I don't really know what's going to happen until about 300 pounds is on the bar for a bench press day. So things were moving pretty well, and my body felt good and recovered. On Monday, I did that deadlift challenge to see how high I could get up in 20 minutes. Got to 675 in 10 minutes, 30 seconds, and then died. All right, so I guess the most obscure thing that I'm doing here are these things that I affectionately call Bandy Twisty things. I'm not sure what the actual name is, but that's what I call them. So this is a great way to work any type of dynamic rotation. So if you play a sport that has some sort of rotating, whether it be baseball, golf, some sort of swing, anything where you need to come through, punching, kicking, anything where you are rotating your hips, which is virtually every single athletic endeavor ever, then these are gonna help you out a lot. So a couple things you need to keep in mind. Number one, you need to keep the band tension low enough that it's not gonna snap you back early. So in this, you want to make sure that your hands are rotating all the way behind your body. If they're cutting short and yanking you back, then you're not really getting the rotation of your trunk that you want to make this an actual effective exercise. Number two, you want to make sure that you are twisting your feet just like you are squishing a bug underneath the ball of your foot. Same way a boxer, when he goes to a punch, it comes from the floor. It's about twisting on the ball of your foot. Same thing here, just like swinging a baseball bat, it all comes from the ground. Third thing that I'll say about this is that your body always follows your head. So when you go to turn, I turn my head and then my body follows it. My feet twist my hips, that final portion, then I go back and I touch the ground in between again. Now, these will absolutely smoke you, as you guys can tell, just from me breathing right now, but they are a great exercise to throw in, not only for conditioning, but also for some oblique work, and in between your giant sets, just as a little bit of extra rest before you go back to your strength, so hopefully you're a little more recovered. Yeah. And we are up to 250 pounds on the barbell row. Now, I want you guys to focus on my legs here on this bench press here. See how my leg drive, I'm pushing straight up and my legs are driving upward instead of literally north. When you guys are trying to get leg drive in a bench press, you guys need to be trying to slide your head like it is moving towards the barbell, like you're gonna drive your body off of the bench. You definitely don't want to drive your hips up into the air. That's the absolute opposite of what you want to do. And the reason why I'm doing it there is literally because I just haven't been using leg drive in my bench press. You'll see it here. See, I'm driving up instead of back. I hit the rack there. That was terrific. But that's something that I'm really, really trying to work on right now in my bench press. And as I'm getting that timing down and just getting better at it again, trying to regain some of that technique, my bench press is just going up like magic. To be honest with you, it's a perishable skill and it's like a language. If you're not using it, you will lose it, and leg drive is the same. All right, so everything seems to be going pretty smoothly at this point. I'm about ready to find out how the bench feels because I'm going to jump to 315 on the bench, but I'm actually going to stick to 300 pounds on the barbell row. And the main reason why is because right now I'm trying to work my double overhand grip. I'm just trying to get my grip back. As you guys know, got some nerve damage from life. So trying to get that back right now. So I'm trying to stay double overhand, and I know 315, it's probably a stretch for me, double overhand. The problem with the barbell row is in the bottom, trying to reverse that motion when it's coming down. It's not so hard holding a 315 double overhand. That's easy. It's the reversing of that motion. So we're gonna see if I can get up to that today. I'm not sure. Right now, staying at 300 pounds, everything else is feeling okay. I'm actually really hoping that I will land. I got something in my eye, but I'm hoping that I will land. I think I can get 335 for 3. I don't know I can get 365 for 3, but I don't like using little plates that often. Now, another thing you might not know about me is that I don't like to warm up my deadlifts with a double overhand grip. I know a lot of experts recommend that for that little bit of extra grip work, but I do a lot of strongman stuff like farmer's walks and a lot of things that are much more grip intensive than those couple extra reps. Plus, I want to practice like I play, and I supinate one hand on the deadlift. I can absolutely hold on to more than I can deadlift. My grip has never been an issue as far as the deadlift is concerned. So I just want to warm up the same muscles and actually practice the exact same way that I play rather than changing things up halfway through. All right, so that actually went a good bit better than I expected. So I'm gonna jump 315 on the barbell row. That's what I'm sitting on right now. I'm gonna try to do that double overhand, and then I am gonna go for 365 on the bench press, and we'll see what happens. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Come here. Hi. Hello. Ah. So theoretically, this will be my top set. Hopefully it goes well. Let's go. And in a complete shocker for the day, I was actually able to hold on to 315 with that double overhand grip. I'm actually very happy about that. Shows that a lot of that nerve damage is actually getting better, which is terrific. And all the extra work that I've been doing with the lacrosse ball on my shoulder blades to break up a lot of that scar tissue is doing amazing things for my bar path and how my arm actually moves. So I cannot be happier with my bench presses other than the fact that I keep running into that rack. Definitely need to stop doing that. But man, things are looking up. I am feeling positive. I am feeling like a lot of my strength is coming back. My explosiveness, you guys can see my speed is starting to come back a little bit. Some of the stability still needs some work, but I'm feeling good and I'm getting back to it. Thanks for watching. All right, so top set actually went a lot better. I need to stop hitting the rack. That'd be good, but that's really a good thing because I hit 370 for a single, I think 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Anyway, 365 for a triple is definite improvement, so I feel really, really good about that. Starting to feel strong again. Have a couple things about the bench that I want to talk to you guys about in a separate video, but it should be really, really good. I do need to let you guys know that this is a sponsored video. You guys know that I very, very rarely do sponsor videos, and when I do, it's only with products that I absolutely support. But you guys have heard me talk about the Kove commuter speaker a lot in the past. This is the old version. This is version 1, which I promoted on the channel a couple of times. And the reason why I promote these guys is because I use them all of the time. I use them when I'm getting ready. There's one of these. Since I've worked with the company for a couple years now, I have quite a few of them in my house. So on all different levels and all different rooms, I have speakers. So one of which is in my bathroom. So whenever I'm taking a shower or just getting ready for work, I'm always playing music. My wife and I in the morning when we're drinking coffee together, have this going on in the background. When I meditate at night, this is the last thing going on because Sam Harris's voice comes through one of these. I take it in my Jeep sometimes because my aux cord sucks. And guys, they're a great thing. If you guys are interested in it, we can definitely pick one up. However, they've made a lot of improvements, and this Friday they're getting in a huge shipment of stuff because I know they get sold out a lot. But this is actually the second version. This is version 2 of the Kove commuter speaker. Cool part about this is you still have all the normal stuff, the 7-hour battery life, as well as you're able to control a lot of things. You can pause it really easily if a call comes in and things like that. You can go up to about 30 feet away from this where the Bluetooth will still work. It is water resistant. You cannot like drop it in water, but if it gets a little wet, like if it's raining, it's not that big of a deal. So outdoor activities is definitely good for that. Sounds good, it's great. I honestly can't say enough good things about a little speaker like this. The cool part about this one, in particular version 2 though, is that all the same good quality sound and all that, except this one splits in half. So either you have 2 speakers if you want 2 speakers, or if you stick them in one room, kind of on different sides, you do get like a really cool 360-degree kind of effect. It actually does work, and I like it a lot. So guys, I am getting paid to say this, but I am not telling you anything that is not the truth. I absolutely love these things, and I use them all the time. I'm not lying. So if you guys do want to pick one up and you want to save yourself a little bit of money, you can use the coupon code BA60, save yourself 60%. That will be down in the description box down below, along with the link to all this. So guys, it's a sponsored video, and I thank you so much for the patience. I know I rarely do this, but when I do, it's only products that I actually like, support, and would encourage you guys to get. So Kove Commuter 2, definitely a check on my list. Everything else from today went really well. I'm very happy with how that little short thing went. I'm gonna move on to my assistants now, but I have been talking a lot in this video, so I know it's probably about time for me to jump off here before you guys get bored. So guys, I do thank you so much for all of your patience, everything. I am coming at you guys with that how-to lunge video, so you guys won't get any more knee pain. You guys will be able to do them correctly. It'll all be good. However, I did want to let you guys know about Tyler and just what a tough dude that guy is. And guys, no matter how bad injuries get or how dismal times seem, trust me, you can come out of it. You just gotta do 1 foot at a time, 1 step at a time, 1 rep at a time, 1 second at a time. Little tiny chunks, right? That's how you eat an elephant, that's how you accomplish anything. Journey of 1,000 miles, 1 step, all those other platitudes, they're all true, guys. So, thanks so much. I will catch you guys later in the week. Until I do, go out to something amazing in your lives. Keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. See you then.